It's time for Grim Reviews. Playing through mods and helping you pick the best of the bunch. Let's get on with it. Alright, today we're covering Goldlust. 7 Golden Treasures by WRF Studios. This was published on the 22nd of September 2012. Now this one you might expect something a little special because WRF Studios is a professional game development studio, so don't tell me they don't know what they're doing. Clearly they must. They have been working lately, anyway, on Bloodlust Shadowhunter, some kind of RPG about vampires. Now, what about their work on Grimrock? Well, this one is another early mod, and one that remains fairly popular. Although I expect that's probably due to early interest and because it doesn't do much. You're playing to find the 7 treasures hidden inside the dungeon. And that's simple enough. This dungeon only uses the basic assets and it's very barren. There are empty rooms, hallways. It's just, there's nothing special here. Also, you may notice some bugs with texture flickering. There's the seams noticeable on the wall here because there are no pillars. That's just nice. There are some nice custom lighting effects. And on early levels there are some nice particle effects as well. Although some of these give you the wrong idea and feedback. I mean, there was a pitfall trap. It had a poison cloud in it. I thought, is this supposed to signify it's dangerous? Turns out it's just an effect because it was a plain ordinary pit. There was nothing special about it at all. So, yeah, there's that. The auto map is definitely needed for this because it's very hard to navigate given that there are absolutely no landmarks. Every room and hallway looks the same. There's nothing in there. It shares this with the Tower of Warshack, which I reviewed. It's not as bad because there are actual items and monsters, but yeah, there are puzzles too. Let's cover those elements now, in that order. First up, items. There's a decent array here, and you will find most of your items here in the dungeon. They are, however, thrown around willy-nilly. And let me just say that they're offering you the best gear before the lower tier gear. I found 2 assassin's daggers before I found the fist dagger. I found a icefall hammer before I found the warhammer or the flail. It's why bother with the item progression if you're just going to give me the best stuff first? I'm not going to downgrade my weapons. It doesn't make sense. Next up, monsters. There's nothing custom here. It's using the standard monsters. And the balancing doesn't seem very good. You're going from level 1 fighting snails, and by the time you hit level 3, there are wardens. So, not going to be played with a low-level party. I wouldn't think so anyway. You're going to have trouble. There is a system where you pick up gold nuggets, and at certain stations within the dungeon, you can trade those for EXP. But I would not play this with a low-level party. And lastly, on to talk about puzzles. These are weak. They're too simple. They're boring. The puzzles pretty much tell you exactly what to do. Let me give you an example. You walk into a room and it says, put a red gem on this alcove. The red gem is literally outside the door. Move it from the room, put it on the other side. There's another puzzle. Put a torch in this holder. That's literally that's the clue. It's on the wall. It's put a torch in the holder to solve this puzzle. That does not make for an interesting puzzle. It's terrible. The only positive element I can think of is that gold stack thing. It certainly makes it interesting to collect up gold nuggets, especially considering that there are a bulk of them are hidden in secrets. There are a lot of secrets as well. These aren't very well hidden though. Quite often you'll be something as simple as standing on a pressure plate or pressing a secret button, which is quite obvious. It does require a lot of wall searching though. Overall, it's not very good. And considering this is a professional development studio which has produced this, you'd expect something better, but they've failed to deliver. Overall, this mod is boring. It's not something that I'm going to recommend that you play. Here's another one to get a 1. It's boring. That's all that can really be said about this. Long, tedious hallways, no item progression. It's just, there is no fun to be had here. Playing through this mod is a chore, and as such I advise you to skip it.